I almost didn't go. It was a last-minute decision, a random Friday night. I was scrolling through Airbnb, looking for somewhere quiet, somewhere far away from everything. That's when I found it. A small cabin deep in the woods near Boone. The photos looked unreal. Tall trees, fog rolling through the mountains, a wooden cabin sitting completely alone. No neighbors, no noise, just silence. Looking back now, that silence should have been a warning. The drive took about 4 hours, and the closer I got, the worse the signal became. First, no internet, then no music, then nothing. By the time I reached the final road, my phone was completely dead. No signal. The road didn't feel right. It was narrow, twisting, surrounded by trees so dense they blocked out the sky. Felt like I was being swallowed. I arrived just before sunset. The cabin looked exactly like the photos. Maybe too exact. Like nothing had ever touched it. No footprints, no tire marks, no signs that anyone had been there recently. I stepped out of the car and immediately noticed something strange. There was no sound. No insects, no birds, no wind. Just nothing. I tried to ignore it. I unlocked the door and went inside. The cabin smelled like old wood and dust. Everything was clean but untouched, like it had been waiting. I checked my phone again. Still no signal. No way to call anyone, no way to leave a message. That's when I saw the paper on the table. List of rules. Most of them were normal. Do not light fires inside. Keep doors locked at night. Respect the property. But the last line felt different. Do not go into the woods after dark. I laughed. At the time, it felt like a joke. Now I know it wasn't. Night came fast. Too fast. One moment the sky was orange. The next, it was completely black. I sat near the window, trying to relax. That's when I heard it. A branch snapping. I froze. I listened. Nothing. Then it happened again. Closer. I stood up slowly and walked toward the window. The trees were just shadows, endless, still, watching. Then something moved. Not clearly, but enough to know something was there. I stepped back immediately. I locked the door. I checked every window. That's when the footsteps started. Slow, heavy, circling the cabin. Too heavy to be an animal, too steady to be anything normal. I turned off the lights. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't want it to see me. The footsteps stopped, right outside. Then came 3 knocks. Slow, deliberate. On the wall? Didn't move. I didn't breathe. Then another knock, this time on the window. I turned my head slowly and saw it. Not clearly, not fully, but enough. A shape, tall, standing just beyond the glass. It didn't move. It didn't breathe. It just stood there watching. I couldn't see its face, only the outline. Long arms. Too long. Then suddenly, it tilted its head. That was enough. I grabbed my keys. I didn't think. I didn't plan. Ran. The moment I opened the door, the footsteps exploded. Fast, loud, coming from every direction. Ran to the car. I dropped my keys, picked them up, looked up. It was closer. Still hidden in the dark, but closer than before. Got inside the car and locked the doors. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely start the engine. The headlights turned on. For a split second, I saw it. standing at the edge of the trees. Too tall, too still. And then it stepped back into the darkness, like it didn't want to be seen, like it was waiting. I drove, I didn't stop, I didn't look back. When I finally reached the main road, my signal came back, like nothing had happened. When I got home, still shaking, the first thing I did was search. I needed to understand what I had seen. I started looking into the region. At first, it was all normal. Trails, tourism, cabins, nothing unusual. But then I kept scrolling, and that's when I found it. Old reports. People going missing in the forest. Cases with no explanation. Some bodies were never found. Others were found in conditions too strange to be normal. And that wasn't all. There were also sightings. Always the same description. A tall figure, dark, standing between the trees, watching, waiting. Some said they could see eyes in the darkness. Others said the thing didn't move like anything normal. And the worst part, all of those reports came from the exact same region where I had been. The same forest, the same area around the cabin. I just stared at the screen for a while, trying to convince myself it was a coincidence, that I was just scared. But deep down, I knew I wasn't alone that night. And whatever that thing was, it's still out there,